All right, so the review on page 17 and 18. When we multiply the same variable, we something the exponents. When we multiply, what do we do to the exponents? Add. Good. Okay. And then what is that? What do we use to expand and get rid of brackets? We talked about this property, distributive property. Good job, Connor. he made sure he remembered that. Once the brackets have been removed, what do we do to simplify? Group like terms or collect like terms. Good. Okay. So for the first one right here, I have a combination of distributive property and I have to collect like terms. So this negative 6x, I'm going to multiply it to everything inside this bracket. Multiply, 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 multiply. Okay. So negative 6x times 2x squared. Negative 12x cubed. Good. Because we add the exponents. Negative 6x times negative 4x. Aiden? Yeah, if you can finish off.
24x cubed.
Ooh. 24x square. Okay, and you forgot to tell me the sign in between.
But I didn't say negative, so
okay. The implication. Okay. Okay, what about here? 4 times x squared? Good, implying that it's plus. And then 4 times negative 3? Negative 12. Okay, so we did the distributive property. Now we're going to collect like terms. Which terms can I collect?
Squares.
The squares. So see, if you made that silly mistake and wrote this as a cube, you would have grouped these two rather than this two. And then that would make the whole answer wrong. Right, so negative 12x cubed. These two add to 28x squared. Remember, when you collecting like terms, the exponent doesn't change anymore. You're just the 24 apples and another 4 apples is 28 apples. Okay, and that's it. Okay, let's try some word problems. As I said, word problems, you're gonna see a rectangle. that's the word problem that you'll see. A farmer is making a new pen to hold his pigs. Let me draw a pig. Okay. There. Okay. The diagram shows the dimension of the pen. Find a simplified expression for the area. So how do I find area of a rectangle? What's the formula? Joanna? Sorry, Grace? Length times width. Thank you. Can you finish off this example for me?
So length times width is 3x times bracket 5x minus 2.
Perfect.
That equals 15x squared minus 6x.
Perfect. Okay. Sometimes people might write it like this because length, they feel that this is the length, and so they might write 5x minus 2 times 3x like this. Okay, this is exactly the same thing like this, but I do prefer this format because we know to do the distributive property. Here is the same thing, but you're doing kind of like backwards with it. Okay, so it's the same thing. This is the better format. Find the actual area if the pen is 2 feet, if x is 2 feet. Okay, Fyong?
So first you substitute x is equal to 2, so you get 15 times 2 squared minus 6 times 2, and that's 15 times 4, which is 60, minus 6 times 2, which is 12, so you get 48. 60 minus 4.
Half a mark off. Still have a mark. Oh, feet. Square feet. Right. Don't forget word problem, units. Okay. I can't imply that it's the units. Okay, find a simplified expression for the perimeter. So how do I find perimeter? Perimeter of a rectangle was the general formula. Aaron? General.
Plus length, plus width, plus width.
Right. Okay.
Can we still not use multiply?
You can do the 2L plus 2W. That's fine. Both are good. So let's say 3x plus 3x plus 5x minus 2 plus 5x minus 2. You don't need the brackets because we're just adding. Okay, and then collecting like terms. So 3, 3, 6, 16x, and then minus 4. What is the actual perimeter if x is 2 feet? Okay, so p equals 16 times the 2. 16 times 2, 32, minus 4, 28. What's my unit?
Not given.
We'll say it's the same since it's A, B, C, D, E. Okay, what's my unit for perimeter? Feet, just feet. Good. Okay. If the fencing costs $8.60 per foot, how much will it cost the farmer to put fence around the pen? So are we looking at the 28 or the 48 if we are calculating the cost? 28. Well, how do you know? Right. It says putting the fence around the pen, and so we're talking about the perimeter. So 28 times the 860. Simon, what did you get? Oh, sorry, I thought you had it.
$240.
Good, and you told me the unit. Okay, so remember to two decimal place for money and the dollar sign. Okay, so word problem 2. Oh, how creative. Instead of a rectangle, we're using a triangle. Ooh. Okay, so the perimeter of this triangle is this. Find the missing side. So I'm looking for this side. So what do I do? Tessie?
Take perimeter multiplied by the other sides, so that's 5x plus 3y minus 2, close bracket, minus 2x plus 4y minus 3.
Good.
Minus plus x minus 7y minus 4.
Okay, so use the perimeter that's given and then subtract the other two sides. Okay. In the past, I saw people like they're used to writing perimeter equal and then it doesn't make sense. So remember, this is your perimeter. So in other words, you're actually looking for like the question mark equal. Okay. 2x plus 4y minus 3, and then take away negative x plus 7y plus 4. Okay. So here, I'll just do this. Because in the past, people wrote like p equal and then that, which doesn't make sense. Right? You're actually looking for this, the question mark. Tenzi, can you help me drop the brackets and combine the signs?
3y minus 2 minus 2y minus 4y plus 3 plus x minus 7y minus 4 is equal to 4x minus 8y minus 3.
Is it? I just wrote down what you said really quickly. Okay, good. So here, don't forget, because it's subtraction, so you change the sign and everything inside. And then here, negative x becomes plus x, negative 7y, and negative 4. So when you group the like terms together, the 5x, negative 2x, x. These goes together. Keep in mind right here, the negative 2x, it's negative 2x. The sign in front goes with it. So 5 minus 2 plus 1 gives you the 4. Okay, and then for the 3y, negative 4y, negative 7y. So on your calculator, you can do 3 minus 4 minus 7, and it will give you negative 8, negative 8 what? Negative 8y. Okay, and then lastly, the numbers. Okay, good. Alright, word problem number 3. An internet company plans to extend to a rural area. The number of customers they will gain can be represented by this, where M is the number of months after they expand to the area. Simplify the expression. So simplify the expression, all it means is drop the brackets. So expand. So I get 36m squared plus, when you multiply that, you get 60m. Use this simplified expression to determine the number of customers we'll gain after 6 months. So again, when you substitute, put it in brackets. Okay, and then just do it all on your calculator. 36 bracket 6 square plus 60 bracket 6, 1656. What's my unit here? Customers. Good job. Okay, if you need to, read the question again. For all word problems, you always have a unit. Okay, and then the last one. A rectangular picture frame has a large mate inside the frame and a smaller picture inside the mate. If the area of the mate is modeled by the expression this, okay, so this part right here, the white part, is 6x squared plus x. Determine a simplified expression for the area of the picture if the dimension of the frame is shown. So you want to find the area of the whole thing first. So 3x times 4x plus 3. And again, when I write it, I always like to write the binomial times the the monomial times the binomial. It's just set up easier to see. And then I'm going to take away the border. Okay, and then so if I have the whole thing and I take away the white part, that leaves me with the picture part. Okay, so distribute, 12x squared plus 9x, and then take away 6x squared, take away x. Collect like terms. So this and this. So 12 minus 6 gives you 6x squared. And then these simplifies to plus 8x. Okay, so those are the word problems that you may see tomorrow. Nothing fancy, right? Because teachers are not very creative. Okay, so for the rest of the class, you guys can try the back page 19 and 20. Similar questions is to practice, and then your quiz is tomorrow.